Well, hey there, folks. Meteorologist Matt Barentine. Another extremely hot day. In fact, we have a heat advisory up. Intense heat expected again. Heat index values up to around 110, maybe even a bit higher than that in some spots. We will get some spotty storms late in the day that could help us out a bit with our heat, but I think they're going to be probably too late in the day to do a whole lot with that. You can see the heat index forecast. It does drop the next couple of days a bit. We're going to back off a little bit away from this heat wave, but not much. I mean, and it's still July, so I mean, you know, it's late July going into August. August 1st is Friday. It's going to be hot this time of year. We are going to start breaking down this big ridge of high pressure, though, the heat dome. It's going to kind of flatten out and kind of dissipate a bit. So that'll help us out somewhat, but not a whole lot. We're still going to be awfully hot. So here's your forecast highs for today. Mid-90s out there. 96 in Mobile, 95 Pensacola, 97 Calvert, 95 Leakesville. So basically mid-90s across the board this afternoon is what we are expecting. Factor in the humidity, and here's what it's going to feel like. This is the heat index numbers. And if you ever wondered about the heat index numbers, it's simply a formula. And the reason why it's a formula, and these aren't actual temperatures, it's what it feels like. And how they get that is when you sweat, your sweat, glistens on your skin, right? Well, that sweat will evaporate. That's your body's natural cooling, because as it creates evaporative cooling on your skin, that cools you off. When it's really hot, plus it's really humid, when it's really humid, that the sweat can't evaporate very well because the air is saturated. So what happens is it short circuits your body's natural ability to cool itself off. And that's where we get the heat index number from. And that's also why the heat index number is really important, because you can have temperatures that aren't too bad, like say like upper 80s, but if it's extremely humid, it can be pretty dangerous as well if you have really extreme humidity on top of that. But then you get it to the mid-90s and you factor in very high humidity, and it gets really rough. I mean, we're talking once again 110 plus in some spots out there today. We saw that yesterday and the day before. We saw Pascagoula got to 115 on the heat index yesterday. Thomasville got to 114. Downtown Mobile at Brookley Field got to 112. That is just not fun. I know we're used to the heat, but this is top of the scale even for us, so it's been rough. Clear skies out there for us. I think will be that way through a lot of the day, but there will be some showers bubbling up late in the afternoon going into the evening. You'll see that here on the Futurecast. A few of those here late this afternoon and going into this evening. And as we look ahead through tonight, going into tomorrow, shows a few showers around possibly in the morning tomorrow. And then as we go through the day, some scattered showers do bubble up. That went a little too forward, 10:30 at night tomorrow. I want to stop it around dinner time tomorrow. Let's stop it around 5, 6 o'clock there. So a number of showers and storms will be around tomorrow as well. So some scattered showers. That helps us out. Obviously with the heat and whatnot, that'll help us out. The almanac for rain, the month, actually, believe it or not, we have a deficit on the month. We've had a lot of rain in July, but it came really early in the month. And then it's been kind of dry since then. Now, there have been a few days where we've had some decent showers and rain. And those, I think, like into last week. But that missed the airport in Mobile, just didn't get much. So we have a deficit on the month. Still have a big surplus on the year, about 4.5 inches. So we still got plenty there. Here's how it looks through the day today. Once again, your Tuesday, mid-90s highs. So it'll be very hot out there this afternoon. And there will be a chance of spotty showers and thunderstorms. The rip current risk is low today and the rest of the week. So that's really good news. You want to head to the beach. We're seeing yellow flags at most of our local beaches. Now, when you have low rip current risk this many days in a row, probably wonder why don't we see green flags? Green flags exist, but our local law enforcement, our local safety officials, they don't like to use the green flags. And the reason why is because even on a calm day, the Gulf is still more dangerous than a typical pool or lake. There's always going to be some level of currents. There's certain spots, obviously, where the currents could be a little worse near passes and jetties and that sort of thing. So they don't ever really like to use the green flags. They don't want people to let their guard down too much. So they always use the yellow flags. We also have purple flags a lot of our beaches today, which is for the jellyfish. The boating forecast actually looks really good. Not only today, but for the next several days. A lot of boats going out early in the morning. The earlier you go, the better conditions you'll find, especially if you're going offshore. It does get a little windier in the afternoons. The tropics are doing really good as well. I don't see anything of excitement through the rest of the week. That said, next week, the models are hinting towards some possibilities of some development. They're just hints at this point. There's nothing concrete at all. It's too far out. But just be aware of that. And obviously, we're moving into August, so this would be expected anyway. It's not a big deal, but obviously something we have to keep track of. And obviously, when something does begin to show some signs, we'll be right here breaking down all the details of it. For now, though, we're good. Here's your long-range forecast. So we are getting the rain chances back in the forecast. Sort of typical stuff. Really, after today, we just have a really typical late July, early August forecast, which is low 90s, scattered showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon. That's just like a wash, rinse, repeat kind of forecast for this time of year. So nothing unusual about what we have going on. This is very typical kind of weather for this time of year. I'll put up even the longer range model, forecast. And you can see those temperatures will remain really hot. But not blisteringly so. We won't have, I don't think we'll see more heat advisories the rest of the week. And it looks okay going into the weekend, but we will have to dodge some scattered showers and storms. If you're really eagle-eyed, you might notice the temperature in the morning do go down towards the weekend. Some slightly less humid air. That's what we're talking about here. Slightly less humid air could give us some better temperatures in the morning, starting this weekend, going into early next week. Don't hold your breath on that, though. And once again, the differences will be minimal one way or the other, so not a big deal. That's what it looks like for your next week and a half. Have yourself a wonderful day and stay with Fox 10 all week long.